Well, hey everybody, it's Paul. Welcome to the channel. Going to talk about, do you prefer dealing with man or machine? And what I mean by that is, if you go to McDonald's, you can give your order to a live human, or you can use the kiosk, as they call it, to place your order. Or it also comes to play at the grocery store. Usually you have a choice. You can check out with a self-checkout. You do it, you bag it, done, out of there. Or you can go through the traditional way and have somebody ring it and bag it for you. Now, I gotta say, due to a couple bad experiences at McDonald's as far as trying to communicate the order to a person, I much prefer the kiosk. It's because I can go in there and I can get my code for my loyalty program, which not sponsored by McDonald's, but it's a really nice loyalty program. You type in a 4-digit code that they give you, and that logs you into your account, and you can see how many points you got. You can see the different deals that they're offering you. A lot of times I'll take the 20% off. That makes a big difference on usually my orders, probably $20 and $4, that helps. But the nice thing is I can see the items. I can see the different choices. I can see how much a small fry costs compared to a large fry. It's also funny that depending on the location, Ben and I have noticed through our travels through the states going from Michigan to Virginia and back, that it depends where you are at as to how much a chicken sandwich will cost. A McChicken or whatever they call it, it can vary wildly. And we have found one of the best McDonald's right in Kenton, Ohio, that has a really cheap hamburger because Ben doesn't eat the cheese. And you can get a whole bunch of those hamburgers cheap, and the chicken sandwich is cheap and delicious. So shout out to the folks in Kenton, Ohio. But when I go to the grocery store, I generally prefer to deal with a human. Now, if I'm going to Lowe's and I just have a box of screws, I can do the self-checkout ring and out of there. Done. But the last few times going to Kroger, which I love generally, it has been a 2-cart deal. 2 full grocery carts. And let me tell you, that is a hassle if you have to do it yourself. So thankfully, usually at the Kroger here in town, they will have, obviously, their self-checkouts, but also a human. Now, the last time I went there, it was about 7:30 at night when I got there, and I shopped for about an hour, so that puts it at 8:30. They close at 10. But there was no human checking out. I'm like, oh man, I just got all this stuff. 2 cartfuls that's been pushing $500, man. That inflation is still crazy high. Prices are still crazy high. Am I wrong? But it's been nearly $500. But I'll tell you what, that takes an awful lot of ringing. And they've made improvements. I'll be the first to admit it. Used to be all the time that the thing would be weighing the order. You would scan it and have to put it in the bag so it could weigh it. And if you put in too many at once, too quickly or whatever, it would call the person over, thinks you're stealing something or whatever. It was always a hassle. They've improved that tremendously. But the problem is, at Kroger, now I've noticed at a lot of our stores, they will have little stickers on, say, all the fruit, all the vegetables, giving you that 4-digit code or whatever that you can type in, and it'll say, oh, okay, yellow squash, cool. There you are, it weighs it, done. But at Kroger, they didn't have that on the yellow squash. And I'm telling you, trying to get it typed in and found by it was insane. So, and I had a lot of different, peaches and apples and whatnot, all the different things. And every one of them seemed to be a hassle to where the fact the lady had to come over and help. And it took us literally, seemed like forever to get checked out. It was a miserable experience. So I always prefer to have a human doing the I'll bag. I don't mind bagging, but the ringing out is a hassle by yourself. So just this is a shout out to Kroger. I love you guys. Or Walmart. If you're smart, you're always going to have at least one human checking out for old guys like me. So we will feel comfortable going through there because I will go to a human every time. And I'm at the point where there isn't enough dollar difference between, say, Walmart, Kroger, and Food Line. Whoever's going to give me a human to go make the whole experience better, that's where I'm going. Forget about it. It's worth a few bucks, if it's even a few bucks, because the hassle's just not worth it. I get it. The places are trying to save money, but it's like, you can only cut back so far. You still got to have somebody watching this stuff. Now, I heard that, like in the UK, they will have a thing where you take this, and I don't know if this, I've never been there, but it sounds like you take the stuff off of the shelf, put in your cart, and somewhat it rings it. I don't know if how it does it, but I heard even Amazon was testing that in some stores, some Whole Foods or whatever. I guess some way the cart has the lasers mounted in it, so when you place an item in the cart, when it's getting put in there or whatever, it's ringing it up. And that would be sweet. Then all you gotta do is bag it and get out of there. It's already all rung up. So anyways, let me know your thoughts. Do you prefer man or machine? It's going to be something that we're going to be confronted with more and more, it looks like, going into the future. Now, maybe someday when we get the AI and the technology all perfect, hey, I'm all good with that. I love dealing with machines generally. It's easy to communicate with, but sometimes it can be a hassle. Let me know what you think. Always appreciate you spending a few minutes with the old guy. Until next time, we'll see yous.